Hey there, YouTube. It's Petey Two Finger, and I just got back from the Riviera Theater. I got to see Dweezil Zappa. Check one off my list. Been wanting to see him for a long time, and never saw Frank. And boy, he did not disappoint. I was blown away at the musicianship, the quality of the show, the mix. Um, and I mean, mind you, it's goofy. This is Frank Zappa music, so it's goofy. There's like laughing and weird sound effects and weird instrumentation. So they do a really good job of interpreting all of that in a smaller format. It's like there's an additional guitar player, a bass player, Dweezil. There's a dedicated keyboard player. There's a girl who plays saxophone and other um, unusual instruments that would have a mouthpiece on them, and then the drummer. So it's is that six or is that seven? Um, the guitar guy, he had said that this guitar guy was new, and he was a young guy uh, who did a fantastic job at singing. He also played drums really well, and then I heard him doing the guitar soloing, and uh, just a kick-ass lead guy as well. Like his guitar solo was really good, really good. The keyboard player was really put on a show. He had a top hat and big sunglasses, and he was hamming it up. He was putting on they. I really don't want to give anything away. I'll just say that he was a joy to watch. Um, in all of his goofiness. Not so much personality from the drummer, really, not much, or the bass player for that matter. Um, the girl, Sonia, what was her name? She is excellent. She was singing lead vocal on a couple of tunes, and just a real incredible talent. So these are all like top tier musicians, and the soloing that Dweezil does is it's amazing. It's some amazing guitar work that he did. He did a ring modulator solo where he had the ring mod on for a while. And that's really brave. I've never seen anybody do that. Turn a ring modulator on and leave it on. Uh, and it sounded great. And he also had a flanger. I don't think it was the Dynaflanger, but it was the coolest sounding. And I'm not into flanging. This was like a through zero flanger, and he was getting it up into that through zero zone. And I'll tell you what, it was. That may have been the coolest guitar tone I've ever heard live. I was hoping that I would go and be blown away by his flanger tone, and he did not disappoint. And it was in a song that I had hoped that he would play, which is Inca Roads. Now they do the Eve version or something, Evie version, something. It's this 1973 version of that song, which is different. It's different. Taking a look at the set list here, they don't have a complete set list from Chicago that's up just yet, but it looks like this from the Warfield. This is the roxpostrophy tour. They're doing songs from an album that's called Frank Zappa at the Roxy, and then the Apostrophe album. So this is roxpostrophy. Heavy Duty Judy, Don't Eat the Yellow Snow. Nanook rubs it. St. Alfonso's Pancake Breakfast, Approximate. And they did the original score in an instrumental version. They did the version with feet, and then they did the mouth version. Inca Roads, like I said, that was I forgot what they called it. It's a different version. The different version of Inca Roads, but that was the highlight for me. I never thought I would see a band play Inca Roads and do it justice and hear that live, like in a professional. And boy, they did it justice. It delivered. Pygmy Twilight, Idiot Bastard Son, Dickie's Such an Asshole. I could not believe that. Enchanita's Arf of You. Don't you ever watch that thing. Punky's Whips, Cosmic Debris, Semi-Fraudulent Director from Hollywood Overture. Now that, I believe that's the segment, the 200 Motels segment. They brought Larry the Dwarf out. Dweezil was doing his German impersonation. And, like, that was really cool. I've watched 200 Motels over and over and over and over and over. So just to hear that performed live was really a special moment for me. Pound for a Brown? Did they do that? Cheapness was excellent. Cheapness was chaotic. And I would say like breathtaking. Like it was unlike anything I've ever seen done on a stage. And then they did a medley of the Freak Out album, which Hungry Freaks Daddy, You're Probably Wondering Why I'm Here, Harry, You're a Beast, Oh No, Son of Orange County, The Orange County Lumber Truck, More Trouble Every Day. And they also did 2 Tickets to Paradise City and Staying Alive, where they injected music from the Bee Gees, the Guns N' Roses, and is that Eddie Money? They did not play Charlena. Again, I'm looking at the set list from the Warfield, but they did come back and they did Zombie Wolf. They did one cover. It was a long show, and I'd like to see an official version of the set list because, again, I'm reading, like, a pound for a brown. Let's, let me play a little bit of that and see, because I don't think they played that song. I think I know what that is. And I really don't think they played that. Well, whatever that case may be, if you're on the fence, if you haven't been to see Dweezil yet, he's touring, and you really shouldn't miss him. You'd be hard pressed to find a tighter band, and to experience a more fun evening of music, even if you're really not familiar with Frank's catalog. Um, and it was surprisingly, like, I know on the 2016 tour, he said some things like, some of you might be offended by this music because they played some some Frank Zappa music that's insensitive, and it's got some what people would consider to be vulgar lyrical content. There was a real lack of any of that in the set list tonight. I didn't notice a lot of that. What I was taken by was how great everybody in the band is, and watching the entire ensemble. It's like everybody gets their minute in the spotlight, and they're all such talented, amazing musicians that it's just a really fun show to see, to enjoy the entire band. And then, of course, Dweezil soloing it's like you won't hear anything like that anywhere. You won't hear anybody playing the guitar like that. Last year I saw Steve Vai and I saw Guthrie Govan, and like Dweezil he's up there with those guys with his skill level. He's that good of a guitar player. Like he is an incredible guitar player. His soloing, it's just unbelievable. But he's got a real unique approach to it. It's completely different than how what Steve has done, and also Guthrie. So yeah, that was an incredible show. I'm super, super glad I caught him. He was on my list. Um, I'm going to be looking for video now. I got to try to find a good audio video grab of Inca Roads. I got to get a copy of that so I can hear that again. I want my wife to hear it. So you guys take care of yourselves. I will talk to you soon. Hug your pets is what I always ask you to do, and peace.